So, one of the challenges that every marketer has when it comes to working with people in the trades is collecting story worthy content. Because let's be honest, you're out in the field or you're in the office, maybe, and you're just trying to run your business and keep your technicians moving and all of that kind of stuff. And you don't have time to sift through a bunch of jobs and photos and all that stuff to put out content. And we've tried to do this intentionally with an app called StorySpark that I developed. It's something that you can give to your technicians in their phones, and they can quick add photos from their gallery, record a voice memo, and submit that story. Well, that hasn't really taken off that well. And one of the things that we've looked at is now that we have API access to Housecall Pro Max subscription for one of our clients, all of our clients, I created a little thing that allowed us to pull stories from clients' spaces. And so directly from Housecall Pro, what this does is it searches jobs. This is the most recent 50 jobs, pulling jobs that only have notes in them and photos that are attached. It's going to take the first step here is essentially going to take all of the notes and it's going to synthesize it into try to figure out what the story is about. And it's going to judge that to determine, is this a genuinely unique story to tell? So let's say maybe you installed a whole home standby generator for someone who is on CPAP and they need to have that power consistently throughout the night. And you were able to install this and keep power going during storms and all that kind of stuff. So this individual can have a solid night's sleep, even in the middle of storm, the peaceful night's sleep. That would be a story-worthy job. And so it would pull all of the details from that job. It pulls all the photos that are attached to the job in Housecall Pro. It pulls all of the notes, the internal notes, the invoice notes, all of that kind of stuff. It synthesizes that, creates understands what the story is about, and then it uploads those photos and that story to our Google Drive, and it attaches descriptions to those photos that match the story. And so I'm just going to take a look here briefly. We've got one so far that is story worthy, and so we can see from here, the reason why is this job involves specific relatable homeowner concern about finished basement and the desire to upgrade kitchen appliances, which is a clear story angle. This client navigates the challenge of installing a 220-volt circuit in a finished basement for an induction stovetop. And so the suggested caption based on the photos is this homeowner was eager to upgrade their kitchen with an induction stovetop but was concerned about running a new 220-volt circuit through a finished basement. This client was able to find a solution that minimized disruption while providing the necessary power. It's always a pleasure to help customers realize their home improvement dreams with reliable electrical work. And then it rates it on confidence. Like, confident is it that this is the story and the photos and all that kind of stuff. And then it passes that along to the images. So the image attachment, so it captures any images. Then it goes in through and does a quality check. And so what it does is it sends this photo over to Gemini and it says, is this a high quality picture? Is the graphics, is the resolution good? Is the subject matter clear and understood? Is it related to the story and the description? So this one of them is a bedroom with electrical work. Quality is fair. Photo shows a bedroom with an open electrical box in the wall, indicating ongoing electrical work, which is usable for marketing despite being sideways. Apparently, the photo was not the right orientation. And here's another one. This is good quality. It's an open electrical box in the wall, usable, authentic field photo showing electrical work in progress. Just keep going down here. We can see true, good. Interior wall, ceiling, built-ins. Photo shows residential interior with architectural details and lighting, usable for marketing. And then it uploads that to Drive. And then the next step is it writes the story to the description. So this is we talked about the story angle that we had mentioned, and then it kind of little keywords into the photo description so that when our team is in their Google Drive folder, we can actually search for those specific keywords and it will find those particular. So it cuts down on a lot of extra work time for us in terms of looking through photos and all that kind of stuff. And then it iterates on everything or aggregates everything, puts it into Google Sheet for us, and then it throws it over here. So this is the sheet. So we can see that we've got the customer name, the location, the story caption, the confidence rate, the photos in it when it was logged, and then all the links to the photos. And it has the job ID as well. The job ID is there just so that we don't duplicate any in future runs. And so we can see there's another one here. Calls a professional and sparking. This is a sparking GFCI outlet, raising the safety concerns. This has 3 photos. Client out. They also discussed EV charger upgrade options as part of that visit. Here's another one, how an overloaded garage circuit for appliances can cause frustrating power interruptions and the solution to prevent them. So it's an interesting story there. And then, here's a kitchen window installation. Homeowner discovered Romax wiring in the frames, and installer basically called the client that we are serving as the electrician and went in to assess it, ensure that the wiring was rerouted where it needs to be. And then we see all of the photos. So these are the photos that show up here, and is that wiring one. And so you can see just from here, and then if you look at the details, this is where the story angle shows up here for this particular picture. And as we keep going through here, we can see more pictures that we have. And what we can do then is we can take these photos and we can use them for marketing material. We can use them on their website. We can use them on their social media. We can use them on their email marketing, all of that kind of stuff for whatever they need for it. And it all comes connected to a specific story. So that's just one of the benefits of working with marketing clerics and the team that we have here is we think outside the box, and we don't really like putting out fake stories. We don't put out fake stories, period. But we don't like putting out generic content using stock photography. That's just not something that we do. And so we do and use the resources that we have to pull the stories and the content that would be good. And so one of the things that you may be wondering, well, you're pulling all these internal notes. These are not client-facing notes. How would you use that in a way that doesn't portrays the brand? Well, you saw that the kind of caption and the story angle are unique. This is not exactly what was written in the notes. In fact, I can pull up the actual notes on one of these so you can see this one doesn't have it. Bundle 2. Oh, here we go. That doesn't have it there. Bundle 3. This is what the actual notes have. You can see each job or each bundle. Again, it's through 50 of them, so it's only going to pull the ones that have notes. And so not all of them have notes and photos. If the notes field is populated with content and there is attachments, then it gets pushed through. And so you can see these are kind of the notes, and it pulls that into Gemini, and Gemini rewrites it to be aligned with something that isn't internally facing. And then what we do is our human editor goes through and takes these and runs through the specific client brand, making sure that they're represented within this story, and they're able to show that. One of the additions that I might put in here that I didn't include in this integration is service type classification. So not only the story and the caption and the photos and that kind of stuff, but the service type that is captured. I'm not entirely, it'd be nice to put it in here, but one of the other automations that we have actually is a script that pulls in basically all of the photos. Let's see, where is it? I'll find it now here, but there you go, photo processor. So this app script is actually going through analyzing all of the photos that are put into the client folders. So each of these photos, when I finish this run here, this is still running. When I finish this run, I can run that. It runs every morning at 1 a.m., but if I push that, it will take and read all of these photos, and it will identify a specific service. So like this one, it might not get it right. Oftentimes it is not 100% accurate, but this one, it might identify this as a service upgrade and put that into the service upgrade folder. Some of these are going to be uncategorized, like this will be uncategorized because it's not off of, right now it's going off of electrical. And so anything that isn't clearly electrical is going to be uncategorized. And so anyway, it'll go through and pull that, then if I actually pull it into specific folders. So in here, we've got specific folders around different service types, and it will show exactly where it, move it to where it needs to be, and it will add it to a different log. So just some of the automations that we have in place. I just want to showcase some of this stuff because it is important to know and understand that we are an agency that doesn't, we're relentless in the fact that we want to have unique, genuine stories for content, for emails, for social media, for your website. And so if you have Housecall Pro and you're on the Max subscription, you're a contractor within the home services space, electrical, HVAC, plumbing, landscaping, any of those kinds of trades, we want to talk with you because we're able to help you get those unique stories right from the data that you have. Or if you wanted to have a little or a way for people to kind of those stories, Story Spark is open and available for you. It allows you to upload photos and making sure that you don't include personal phone numbers, license plates, that kind of stuff in the photos. And then you can record a voice memo or you can type a message on the story and then you just upload it. And then it'll actually go into a similar process that the goes through and it looks at all of the different photos that are taken. So like this is from one of our other clients. You can see the photos that he had uploaded and kind of that he had left. And it allows us to pull out those unique stories and unique information to share with the clients or with their customers. And so that is a little bit about the integrations that we're on with. This is still running, so I'm going to let this keep going. But if you want to learn more, reach out to leave a comment. And certainly subscribe for more videos. I'm working on getting rhythm in place. As an ADHD person, rhythm is very difficult for me, but trying to do better at that because we've got a lot of things that we do and a lot of things that are not shared about what we do that would really make the difference for some people that are looking for a new marketing partner. So that is all I have.